Baseball is back, and the first pitch is on Netflix. The New York Yankees, led by 7-time All-Star Aaron Judge, head to the San Francisco Bay to take on Rafael Devers' San Francisco Giants. This season kicks off with one exclusive opening night game. Watch MLB Opening Night, the New York Yankees versus the San Francisco Giants, live on Netflix. Wednesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Now at the Home Depot, receive 12 months special financing and free basic installation on carpet projects with LifeProof with PetProof technology, Home Decorators Collection, and Traffic Master carpets. Bring a new look to your floors, or give them a durable surface that stands up to life's tough messes. Get 12 months special financing on installed carpet projects right now at the Home Depot. Offer valid March 12th through March 29th, 2026. Exclusions and additional charges may apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Protein is now at Starbucks, and it's never tasted so good. You can add protein cold foam to your favorite drink or try one of our new protein lattes or matcha. Try it today at Starbucks.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings.
Why are you listening to this show?
The podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day.
Stat of the Day is presented by Moneyline. Download the Moneyline app or visit moneyline.com to learn more. Moneyline, make money easy.
Today's NCAA Stat of the Day is Duke has never won a national championship without beating St. John's somewhere along the line.
Really?
So 90-91, they beat them. 91-92, they beat them. 2000-2001, they beat them. 9-10, they beat them. 14-15, they beat them. And then they play this year in the Sweet 16.
Rick Pitino is still alive.
He was so pissed yesterday.
As he will be forever.
Shout out to my guy Kaz. He said that the world could end, nuclear war or whatever, and there could be 8 people left, and Pitino would get them to the Sweet 16.
I've made the joke for years that the only 3 things that will survive a nuclear holocaust are cockroaches, Twinkies, and Drew Rosenhaus. I'm gonna add Rick Pitino to that list.
Wow, a Mount Rushmore.
Also, keep an eye on the doomsday clock. Kansas. A little self-reflection from Bill Self after that game.
Uh-oh.
I don't like what I'm seeing.
What did you make of the way that game ended? There were a lot of great finishes in college basketball, but the way that one ended, where you're allowing a layup at the buzzer, you never, with that amount of time, is anyone ever allowed to roll right to the basket and just make a layup at the buzzer.
I remind everyone, you're watching children. That's what I always think about. It's like, I get frustrated, like, oh, that's right, they're kids. They don't know what they're doing. They get excited and they forget and all that stuff. So I think that's kind of part of the beauty of March Madness in college basketball is it does come down to, hey, who keeps their stuff together as opposed to the pros where a lot of times it's just, I'm better than you and we can just end it there.
I mean, on that play, their rim protector goes to the three-point line because they have a pin-down screen against somebody else, and he's just like floating to the three-point line, and then Buddy just takes it in. Hits an incredible layup, by the way. Like having the momentum under the basket and then finishing with the English that he did was a great shot. But like the rim protector, you're supposed to. I don't care if the guy's over there. You stand like a tree, and you do not let him shoot a layup.
With that amount of time left,
there's kids. That's all I can tell you. They're kids.
Mm-hmm. I heard my dad.
Big NFL breaking news. JSN has extended with the Seahawks for 4 years, $168 million. Of that, $120 million is guaranteed. It is the largest such guarantee for a wide receiver in NFL history.
He's a good player.
That's twice as much as the going rate for a Kittle or a Saquon Barkley. annually. That's how they're valuing.
Saquon Barkley's not that good. I watched him lose to a bunch of Amazon delivery drivers.
What was that about?
That was fun.
Can we talk about that?
Dude, the first 2 games were like, all right, I'm into this. And then, like, one thing that Fox hadn't accounted for was, like, Team USA was going to smack these guys up so bad that it would become boring. Shout out to Hoosh. He talked all that shit, and he backed it up.
For those of you who don't know what Mike is talking about there, the flag football, our Olympic flag football team dragged Gronk and Brady and Stephon Diggs and a bunch of different pros because flag football is an entirely different sport. It doesn't require strength or power. It's all quickness.
It's a completely different sport than what they're used to playing. The quarterback, Nico Caceres, is a really good friend of mine. I can have him here tomorrow, Dan, if you want to talk to him.
I do feel like midway through, they kind of learned, we may have picked the wrong guys. Like, I do feel like the NFL could pick a team that, if they trained for months, could compete. Like, we had the wrong guys out there. You need the smallest and the, twitch muscle, and, like, it was just, I feel like we just had we had the best players out there where it's like, no. You got to go with the quickest players in the NFL.
This is a little irresponsible of me. I was inundated with all sorts of things happening this weekend, but I thought I saw a quote where after one of those pick sixes, the guy said, "Welcome to flag football."
He did.
It was on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
it was Logan. Was it Logan Paul?
Ironically enough, Logan was one of the best selections that the Wildcats made. There was Wildcats and the Founders. I got to tell you, I had the chills watching Tom Brady, who was watching
sidestep,
when him running out of the locker room after, like, the NFL guys got their asses kicked, and you could see, like, all right, competitive juice is forming. I don't know why we're playing Jalen Hurts. Stop playing Jalen Hurts over Tom Brady.
Brady was better than Jalen Hurts.
Tom Brady.
Can we just digest that?
First play in, Tom Brady steps aside, evades the pressure.
The only missed sack by them all day.
We got to see Gronk Brady one last time before Gronk, on the touchdown catch, slides and pulls his hammy out of bounds.
Can you tell me what's going on with Tom Brady and Logan Paul?
It's a WrestleMania.
They're setting it up for sure.
It's a WrestleMania thing that they're setting up.
Here,
but, like, what are they doing?
They're just doing the thing on the internet where they talk crap to each other.
They're doing what the Pauls do. Perhaps you're familiar with their work. They're professional trolls.
I like them.
This what you're about to play, though, is not what they're doing. This is Logan Paul's sarcastic apology.
No, this is part of the program. It started on Impulsive. There's reports out there suggesting that Tom Brady is going to be involved somehow, some way with WrestleMania.
It's in Vegas.
It being in Vegas, WWE has started selling some Tom Brady merch. That's not so far out of left field because of the Fanatics partnership. WWE does a lot of weird marketing partnerships. Halliburton has some stuff. But it seems pretty clear that they're working towards some kind of payoff, and the expectation was at this flag football tournament that there would be some advancement in that storyline, and there was. Now, Logan Paul plays a heel quite well in wrestling, and here, this is more of him keeping up in line with his character, but he does give a little breakdown from his perspective.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize for some of my actions in yesterday's flag football game. First, I want to apologize to the United States flag football team for taking Duchette's glasses off of his face and throwing them at the ground. That happened because after he scored a touchdown, he kind of got in my grill and said to me, "Welcome to flag football."
Welcome to flag football!
Which upset me because it's comments like that I just can't tolerate. Second, I'd like to apologize to Jalen Hurts for sacking you and later deflecting a pass that then got intercepted by my team, allowing us to score on the very next possession. If you get traded or your contract gets cut down, now we know why, and it's probably pretty embarrassing, so I am sorry. And of course, I'd like to apologize to Tom Brady for applying so much pressure on you play after play after play that had you literally fearing for your life. I understand you're older. It's not like you could go anywhere, and you got frustrated, which is why you threw the ball at me. And I want you to know that I forgive you for that, because that's what real men do. And lastly, I want to apologize to everyone that said that I was not a great athlete, because you all look stupid as hell right now. Thank you.
To Chris Cody's point, okay, we all saw Gronk as the last line of defense on that lateral Kenyon Drake play where we all learned, that Frankenstein monster doesn't move that great when it comes to quickness and laterally. I was telling this story the other day to a couple of people in college. Our intramural football team made it to the semifinals of a flag football tournament because the University of Miami players like Cortez Kennedy, they were on our sidelines, and the referees were intimidated by them because they would be very menacing. We didn't deserve to be there, but once we got to the semifinals, we promptly lost to a team that had audibles and wristbands with plays on them, and we're like,
Was it Izzy?
we're like, nobody's going to beat that team. That team's going to obviously win. That team got smoked, okay, by a bunch of Asian kids from the business school, one of whom actually came to the game with a briefcase because quickness is all that matters in flag football. Like that, and their quarterback, the guy who came out with the briefcase, they had two rushers and they couldn't get it. Like when they had two rushers, and so your friend Tony is probably impossibly quick.
He is very quick, but has a great arm. You could see he was leading throws. He was putting the ball in excellent places.
He's not even QB1, by the way. Like
I think he's made the determination that after playing against NFL, quality guys, he's QB1. Some of the throws that he was making were incredible.
He was like 11 for 11, like midway through game 3. But Hoosh also plays quarterback, and he's far more twitchy than like almost anybody else on the field. But Tony knows these guys because it was really funny. The coaches were wired for sound. Team USA's head coach is a Miami guy.
Yeah.
And you could tell right away when someone was screaming "Oye" to get people's attention.
He also doubles up for Team Cuba in the flag football world, which I'm gonna try out for.
Wait a second, man. Hold on.
What? But Cuba from Miami.
No, but he get for both teams.
Well, no, this is the offseason. This is Worlds, though. This is different. This is the Olympics. I mean, come on.
This is amazing, man. Have you ever lost to anyone with a briefcase?
No.
I just said
briefcase ass.
Dan, that would traumatize me for life. That like I got my ass handed to me by someone with a briefcase.
It was so abundantly clear that this is just a different game, and Bob Saleh did not have any answers for it. They didn't know the rules. They would like anytime one of these twitchy Team USA dudes would come by there, they would just grab them, which is against the rules because they don't know how to pull the flag. It was really tricky for them, and I realized like, man, Hoosh Doucette and Team USA, like, they know what they were talking about. Totally different sport. Hoosh is probably more likely to be effective in the NFL than Mahomes is in this sport because it's just a totally different thing.
The Bengals could not have enjoyed watching Joe Burrow play that game.
No.
He was a crazy person out there. There were 4 or 5 plays where it's like, oh, he could have got seriously hurt right there. Like, I bet you that their owner was probably like, he's off-season, let him do his thing. They probably didn't put much thought into it. I guarantee you they regretted that instantly.
Before we update our tournament, when I heard my father's voice there on the stat of the day, it reminded me of a story that my mother just told me about the end of that Lakers Heat game the other day. Doncic, just crazy how good he was in that game. That guy's really good. And just crazy how good LeBron still is. That doesn't make any sense. There has never been a human being like that in the history of Earth. Like that has never existed before. The idea that he could have a triple-double as the oldest player in basketball. It's just insane. But my father was complaining because there were Laker fans in front of him. And he was yelling and screaming about the fact that he couldn't see the last 5 minutes of the game. And an usher came over and tried to get those Lakers fans to leave. They ignored him. They would not leave. And so my mother is telling my father the entire time to settle down, which is making him even angrier. And I'm like, Dad, Mom.
They didn't have seats there? Sorry, just to clarify?
No, my parents.
No, I know they did. The people in front of them.
No, they were just standing, but they were making a lot of noise. My father was getting mad.
And your parents don't stand.
They're allowed to make noise, though. My point is, I thought you made it seem like there were people that weren't supposed to be there standing in their way.
No, I did not mean to say that. There were just simply people in front of my father who he was asking for a long time, please sit down, I can't see the game. My father was not able to see the last 5 minutes of a really good basketball game.
But they're just following orders, Dan. Michael Biamonte tells you to stand up and make some noise.
Well, that's for the Heat they're supposed to. Not for the Lakers.
Yeah, that's true.
So an usher came over and they ignored the usher as well because evidently it didn't elevate to ejection status. But my mother was telling my father, please stop making a scene. And my father was complaining about that, which made him all the more agitated. I'm like, Dad, Mom is afraid that in these situations, when people in opposing fan bases have too many drinks, fights start and you're going to get punched. And my father says, and what? I punch back.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, Dad, you're 82.
Folks, listen up. Quick break in the action. Are you counting down the days until payday? Instacash from Moneyline can help you access up to $500 of your hard-earned pay early. There's no interest, no credit check, and no monthly fees. So you can manage those in-between expenses with less stress. Download the Moneyline app and link your qualifying bank account to see what you qualify for. Moneyline. Make money easy. Instacash is subject to terms and eligibility requirements. Expedited delivery requires a turbo fee. See moneyline.com.
There's something about college hoops this time of year where you tell yourself you're just going to casually watch one game, and suddenly your entire night is gone. That happened to me the other night. I was planning to stay home and keep a game on in the background, maybe pretend I wasn't checking scores every 5 minutes. Then a text comes in. We've got multiple screens set up. That's how they get you. So I said, yeah. I grabbed a pack of Miller Lite on the way. A little while later, nobody's casually watching anything. Somebody's yelling because their bracket is already cooked. Somebody else suddenly cares deeply about a school they hadn't thought about in 10 years. And a game that looked over is somehow tied late. You take a sip, you look around, and realize, yeah, this was absolutely the right move. That's why I reach for a Miller Lite. It's clean, refreshing, easy to drink, brewed for taste with simple ingredients. The original light beer since 1975, and still hitting different. Cheers to legendary moments with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Listeners, you know this about me. I am the only person in the shipping container who actually tries every day when it comes to my style. I genuinely care about clothes. I care about my wardrobe. And I've finally hit the age where I realize something, which is that you don't need more clothes. You just need better ones. A thoughtfully built wardrobe comes down to pieces that mix well and last. And that's where Quince shines, with their premium fabrics, considered design, everyday essentials that feel effortless season to season. And I'm telling you this because actively, as I speak to you right now, I am currently wearing one of my favorite Quince pieces, which is my Mongolian cashmere hoodie. And I'm talking to you about their lightweight cashmere sweaters, their short sleeve Mongolian cashmere polos, linen shorts, and tees in 100% Pima cotton. These are the pieces that actually make your wardrobe work. Right now, go to quince.com/Dan for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year to build your wardrobe and love it. And you will. Now available in Canada too. Don't keep settling for clothes that don't last. Go to quince.com/Dan for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dan.
Dan Le Batard.
But it's just his titties are sitting on the shelf that is his belly.
Stugotz.
He said titties, and it like shocked me a little bit. I wasn't quite prepared for titties.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Dealt with this before. My dad trying to get tough. And
Yeah?
something I'm going to have to end up on golf courses. This happened before.
Tell the story.
Well, I mean, I think it's happened driving with him before because he's very angry at other people where he wants to up you at somebody and then all of a sudden they're like braking and we're level with us and it's like, oh, now Dad, you just told them up you.
Does he roll down the window and say that?
My dad, the road rage, my dad is the angriest I've ever seen him.
For real?
In person and stuff on golf courses, he's had little things, never more scary than on like road. My dad is, if you cut my dad off, hey, look at this asshole. Like my dad is like, he'll get up on your like, on the car, like he'll pull, like if you cut him off, he's then gonna pull up behind you so you see him behind you like, oh, this guy that I just got in front of doesn't like that I just did that.
Greg Cody full of bile and venom. I can't imagine that. And Dan, you've known him a long time, obviously.
Oh no, I've seen him angry a lot.
Yeah?
It's unreasonably angry. His anger, it doesn't deal with logic.
It happened once in here. With me, at least.
It was, but no, not like the way he's talking.
No, but even with me and my brother, like throughout my life, my dad does get really angry, but he's the king of a half hour later.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, sorry about that.
Oh, he'll apologize.
Like, just like, hey, I know I may have overreacted here. I'm not happy with what you did.
I doubt it's an I'm sorry. I doubt it's I'm sorry. I've not heard your father ever say the words I'm sorry.
He'll just be like, I may have overreacted. Maybe he won't say that. I don't know about the exact phrase, I'm sorry, but he definitely will give a, hey, I acted pretty heated a little bit ago.
I feel like in a fighting situation, it would turn into like Don Zimmer going after Pedro Martinez.
Just kind of like.
Well, that would certainly be my father. Like he's 82.
Yeah, he's not at this point.
But what? Put it on the poll at Batard Show. Does every 82-year-old man think he's 22? When it comes to fighting. I need to add, when it comes to fighting.
He's going to punch back?
I punch back as a bar, though.
Let me update our tournament here because we've lost a lot of winners, a lot of things that are going to break the hearts of some members of our audience to find that some of these teams are now out of our Looks Like tournament.
This is our first round losers here. Notable. Before we get to the round of 32, we're going to get to just some first round losers.
So they're not winners. Dan, you said we lost a lot of winners, but we would lose a lot of losers.
They're all winners in his book.
We had a lot of good ones in this tournament, and it hurts to see all of these go. Number 5, Wisconsin is gone. That means this is gone.
Jonathan Zaslow looks like your big toe after hitting the corner of the bed.
Lost to High Point, a 12 seed. Also gone, number 6, BYU, represented by...
Dave Damashek looks like a realtor that would buy a billboard that reads, "License to sell," while posing like James Bond.
Absolutely.
Lost to number 11, Texas. Miami would have gotten Texas in the next round. South, number 6, North Carolina is gone. Their coach might be gone too, which kind of surprised me. North Carolina was represented by...
Chiefs owner Clark Hunt looks like the director of a funeral home that makes candles out of its surplus of embalming fluid.
That was VCU advancing. You can't tell me that guy doesn't look like that, Amin. You can't tell me that Clark Hunt, he doesn't look like that? I could look at the way he's wearing that ring. That guy wears that ring that way and takes that pose because he's so pleased that he's getting away with no one knows that the candles are made out of embalming fluid. Number 7, St. Mary's somehow ended up losing that game. I'm sorry, St. Mary's didn't lose to Kentucky. St. Mary's was represented by...
Buster Olney looks like the dad who doesn't want to confront another parent in the carpool line, so he flips them off under the steering wheel.
Cody?
Villanova is also gone. That means this is gone.
Paul Skeens looks like someone who tried to draw Josh Allen from memory.
Dang.
That's a good one.
It's great.
That's a good one.
It's crazy how much he looks like Josh Allen with a mustache. George is gone. That means this is gone.
Ron McGill looks like your recently divorced mom's first date who, when you answer the door, is vigorously chewing his gum and combing his hair with a palm comb as he leans ever so slightly back to gander at the size of the home while never once acknowledging you with his eyes.
Miami knocked out Missouri. Missouri was represented by...
Andy Reid looks like the guy on the bowling team that everyone calls Old Twinkle Toes.
Absolutely.
Miami of Ohio also lost. That means this is gone.
Jonathan Zaslow looks like the guy in an arcade who puts a stack of quarters on the Pac-Man game to send a message to any kids that he's going to be there a while.
Hurts to lose that one.
Akron, that's why I told you, these winners, they're winners. They're losers, but they're winners, yes.
Hold on, that picture looks like Zaz is literally, he just put the quarters on it and then looking back at the kid like, don't even try it.
I really liked this one. Akron's gone, that means this is gone.
Tom Thibodeau looks like the 64th person killed by Liam Neeson in the movie Taken.
No! Hofstra's gone. That means this is gone.
Dan Marino looks like the third-place finisher in a David Hasselhoff lookalike contest.
North Dakota State is gone. That means this is gone.
Nick Wright looks like a Geico caveman.
Such a high seed for a great, looks like.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's too obvious, though. My guess is he's probably been getting that his entire, since that ad campaign, or since he grew his hair out.
Since he grew his hair out, yeah, that's the line of demarcation.
Queens is gone. That means Nick Wright is gone again.
Nick Wright looks like Adam Driver if he wore his Kylo Ren helmet for a month straight.
Oh, man.
Furman's also gone. That means this is gone.
Adam Silver looks like a torpedo bat.
The NBA has rescinded the 16th technical foul of Luka Doncic, and the quotes, and I don't know what happened here, they were speaking in Serbian. And so he has an argument, and I don't know the opposing player.
Goga Batadze.
So he was having an argument with...
Goga Batadze of the.
Yeah, you could say it 10 times and I'd get it wrong every time.
Goga Batadze.
And he said that person said to him that he was going to bleep his entire family back home. And that person says, no, Luka said that to me and I was just repeating it. And now that 16th technical foul has been rescinded. He's a baby, by the way. It's one of the reasons that Laker fans are a little bit frustrated with him. It's fine when you're winning all the games, but he is a baby. Like, he behaves unbelievably immaturely for a superstar. Unlike, I'd say, just about anybody, right? The 16th technical
He's
fouls.
the worst in the league.
Is he the new Rasheed Wallace in terms? No one's that bad. No one is as bad as Rasheed.
I'll put a pin in it. Weekend observations.
Okay.
I don't think Rasheed was a baby, though. Like, Luka comes off as a baby.
Who will history say was worse in terms of antics on the court, Draymond or Rasheed?
Oh, Draymond. Rasheed wasn't a dirty player.
Yeah.
No, I mean the antics.
But the antics of Draymond were all directed at opponents, whereas Rasheed's antics were directed at officials.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's just my entire life, Rasheed's kind of been that gold standard, and I'm suggesting maybe we move to Draymond?
The distinction that I was making, right? The reason I went to Rasheed and just bypassed Draymond is because Luka's just going after refs all the time. It's the same thing that Zaz was just saying. But Rasheed had a temper problem as it related to refs. I think Rasheed was worse. How many? Can you tell me, Jeremy?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Weekend observations, please.
So I can't ask whether Rasheed is the leader all time.
Don't look up any information.
Fouls? Okay.
Don't look up any information.
All right.
But I will tell a fun Rasheed Wallace story. Because even though he got a lot of technicals and was really, really harsh with the refs, there was a game we're playing up in Detroit, and Rasheed is just running commentary. Every cuss word under the sun, go back to lens crafters, everything. He's doing the whole thing. So Amari goes up, he gets fouled, they don't call it. He misses the layup, and he goes, "Fuck," right? Tee him up. And they're like, what was that for? It's like disrespecting the officials. Like, Rasheed has been doing stand-up the whole game. And I swear to God, the ref said, yeah, but that's just how he talks. It reached the point, no matter how many technicals he got, it reached the point where this is like a humdrum for them. They just kind of glossed over it, and he had to really go above and beyond to earn his technical foul.
Well, and that happens with Draymond, too. Like, the reality of it is, Draymond, and it sounds like Rasheed did as well, no one gets more tolerance from the officials than those guys.
It's a volume game for them.
It's kind of like you with jury duty. Like, what are they going to tell you?
What are you going to do?
Nothing.
What are you going to do?
Andre Drummond just got fined $25,000 for making like a gun shooting gesture at the opposing bench after making a three. And I think if Andre Drummond makes a three, he should be allowed to do whatever he wants. He now shoots threes.
This is a good take.
It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Like, he had no mid-range game, and now he's out there shooting threes. Explain to me what's happening there, basketball expert. Explain to me how it's possible that Andre Drummond is now someone who shoots threes.
Oh, he's been working at it. He's been working at it since he was in Detroit. It never translated into games, and now he's finally got to the point where he can catch and shoot. But again, it's one of those things where if you're playing them, you're like, all right, let him shoot the three.
Is he the player who it's the most shocking that you've ever seen that all of a sudden now he shoots three-pointers?
Manute Bol was weird because it was first.
But he always did.
Yeah, but it was first. I'm watching a 7-7 guy shoot threes, and it was confused. Like, that's the first guy I think of when I think of what the hell's he doing all the way out there. Like, yes, that is that is all he did.
I'll tell you, to me, it's one of the greatest triumphs of player development. It's Derek White. Because Derek White was on the scouting report, leave his ass wide open. And for him to go from, we don't even worry about you at the 3-point line.
That was Jason Kidd, too.
Jason Kidd, too.
But Jason Kidd wasn't doing step-back threes. Like, Derek White shoots threes like he creates threes like a guy who's been able to hit threes all his career. And in reality, 5 years ago, he was, we don't guard you. Mm-hmm. We run the other way. I can't, right now in the league, I can't think of anyone else who's been better in terms of that.
That's such a great shout. He went from a dude that I was happy to have the ball in his hands to this is one of the 100 greatest basketball players I've ever seen.
Jason Tatum has returned, and Tracy McGrady says the Celtics offense has not been the same since he came back. You mentioned earlier, Amin, that they lost to Minnesota at home without Anthony Edwards. Mike Ryan and Jeremy were saying that Jason Tatum would come back and make them worse. I don't believe that that's going to be the case in the playoffs. I don't believe that adding Jason Tatum is going to be something that makes that team more less playoff savvy than it already was.
Solid misrepresentation of what Mike said.
All right. See, that is not my voice. That's you talking as me, as for
Well, I'd like
you.
to talk for myself because you spoke for me and you totally miscategorized it. No, I said
talk
that,
to the monologue.
I said that there would be an acclamation point for them, which was the most obvious thing, and I was attacked for like the most obvious take. Yeah, and also I saw the schedule. I cheated. I looked ahead, and they had some difficult opponents. Now they've been playing pretty well and winning the games that they were supposed to. Last night was a change in
92
that.
last night.
Yeah, last night was a change in that, no doubt. But the way that Jason Tatum plays would naturally suggest that he would demand that you reacclimate a little bit. I'm sure they can figure it out in the postseason. We'll see if they end up running through the East. I remain skeptical of that because I just think the East is better and it's not the foregone conclusion. But this is what is the most obvious thing in the world to me.
He's been shooting, like, we have 8 games now, okay, which still, it's not a lot of games, but he's been shooting very poor since he's returned. Very poor.
Yeah.
And as a result, if you have a player who now you are including in the lineup who's taking 17 and a half shots a game and shooting poor, yeah, like those are 17 and a half shots that weren't being shot 39%.
Yeah, I mean, but I think the idea is that, hey, he's got to get this out of his system now. That's why he comes back in mid-March as opposed to the last week of April, is so that we have a whole month and a half, 6 weeks of get all the kinks out your system, get the rust off. By the time we get to the playoffs, and hopefully for them, they're going to be in a position where they don't have to wait to see who they're going to play. They'll know who they're going to play, so basically a 3 seed. That gives them all the opportunity in the world to prep and get ready. To me, this is a no-brainer.
You think they could drop to 3?
Yeah. Like Mike said, their schedule is real. They have the toughest schedule, I think.
I don't feel like I was misrepresenting, though, what Mike and Jeremy were saying about the idea that you guys were celebrating that Jason Tatum would return and he would foul up what was a 50-plus win team by returning when they were a 65-win team when they won the championship.
What we were saying, and primarily Mike, definitely not me unless it ends up being right, was that Jaylen Brown is having an MVP-level season, and the concern was that if you have Jason Tatum come back, play poorly, change the way that the ball was moving around, a team that was shooting just about as well as anybody in basketball, moving the ball, having body movement, putting up a ton of shots from 3, that if the ball sort of started staying in Tatum's hands and he wanted to take shots toward the end of the game, that the personalities could be combustible because you have Jaylen Brown who tweets like a wide receiver. But Brown has embraced the fact that Tatum is coming back. It's just a matter of whether or not that ultimately works in the long run.
But to Amin's point, that's why they brought him back in March and not in April, to figure out those kinks now.
Yeah, but we were right about the kinks.
Okay, sure. But now they're looking at it like, okay, Cade is now out of the picture for we don't know how long. The Knicks are always going to be the Knicks. Like, they have a legitimate shot to be the representative for the East in a season that they thought was going to be completely washed.
Yo, Jaylen Brown tweets like a wide receiver is a great line.
Thank you.
March is when hockey gets different. Every game suddenly feels bigger, the standings matter more, and somehow you're paying attention to 3 games at once because playoff math has entered your life. That also means a lot more time on your feet, whether it's walking to the rink or at home pacing around the couch during the 3rd period. Like, that's going to help your team hold on to a 1-goal lead. That's why Bombas sports socks have become a routine for me. They're cushioned where you need them to be, sweat wicking, supportive, and built to stay comfortable whether you're moving around all day or locked into a game that somehow goes into overtime again. And once I'm home, Bombas covers the rest too. Slippers, tees, underwear, all ridiculously comfortable. The kind of stuff you throw on and immediately understand why people keep talking about it. And for every item you buy, Bombas donates 1 to someone facing housing insecurity. 1 purchased, 1 donated. Head to bombas.com/Dan and use code DAN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Dan, code DAN. March hockey is stressful enough. Your socks shouldn't be.
You guys hear that? That's the sound of my calendar flipping over to March. Yes, I know March is more than halfway over. Don't bog me down with details. Just stick with me here because March means one thing. It means college basketball insanity. DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one sportsbook for live betting, is built for March. The tournament is unpredictable. Kind of like me, but the rewards are guaranteed, and DraftKings is delivering some of the most generous rewards on the market. Are you new to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DAN. That's code DAN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Hey, who wants to hear me do that crazy noise again? I do.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
America leads the world in medicine development. It matters. We get new medicines first, nearly 3 years faster. 5 million Americans go to work because we make medicines here at home. And not relying on other countries keeps us safe. But China is racing to overtake us. Will we let them, or will we choose to stay ahead? When America leads, America cures. Let's tell Washington to keep us in the lead.
Learn how at americacures.com. Paid for by Pharma.
Don Le Batard.
You getting started on the breakfast flan?
Oh, man. I've been singing a song to myself all morning long. Breakfast flan.
Stugotz.
Have you never heard the breakfast flan song?
No, hit me with it.
Okay. I wish I had some breakfast flan. Breakfast flan. Where can I find a breakfast like that?
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Let's do Amin's weekend observation so that we could speak freely about Rasheed Wallace.
It is time for
Amin
to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy.
Amin.
Weekend Observations is brought to you by Miller Lite. Legendary moments. Start with a light. Dan, it's that time of year again when all across the country, thousands of man-hours of labor are lost to people hitting Alt-Tab on their computers to change the screen to an Excel spreadsheet when the boss walks by the desk. March Madness. Flynn Clayman, head coach of High Point University, said nobody would play us, just like they wouldn't play Miami, Ohio. Neither of those schools have won a game since he said that. Low Point University. By the way, that includes the High Point women's team. They also lost. Flynn Clayman sounds like the name of a down-on-his-luck character in a rom-com played by Ben Stiller. Ring, ring!
Oh,
Ring,
wow,
ring!
Wow.
Pick up the phone, Dano.
Hello?
It's Fred Hoiberg.
Oh,
he wants to know where your fat daddy is at now. He'll be at the Sweet 16.
He'll be at the Sweet 16, yeah.
LSU women beat Texas Tech like they stole something. How does a 7 seed lose a game by 50-plus points? Did they outsource the game to the Wizards? Washington, D.C. What's the point of bike lanes if none of the bikes or scooters use it? I'm in D.C. this weekend. They're all over the sidewalk. They're in the middle of the street. You have dedicated bike lanes. Nobody uses them. I'm like, what's the point? We could have made these into car lanes.
You should walk in those lanes.
I should. That's what I should have done.
Like nobody's using it? Well, I'm here.
Amaya Battle clinched the Sweet 16 for Minnesota with a buzzer beater against Ole Miss. I guess for the Rebels, you could say it was one battle after another. Where's my camera? One battle after another. It's the Oscar humor. The Wizards got into a fight with the Thunder on Saturday. Guys are like 2 weeks too late to to show that you won't get pushed around. Should have been fighting Bam.
They're fighting. They're just delayed reaction to all the televised commentary on the Bam thing.
Luka Doncic got his 16th technical foul Saturday after getting into it with Goga Bitadze of the Orlando Magic. That triggers an automatic one-game suspension. Dan, do you know why we have the suspension rule for the 16 tech and every other tech thereafter?
I don't, actually. Is it the Rasheed rule?
Because Rasheed Wallace set the record in 2001. Can you guess how many he had in that season?
I'm going to guess 32.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess? How many technical fouls did Rasheed have in 2001?
36.
Okay. Any other submissions?
61.
Okay, thank you. He knows how to play the game. Is there an asterisk on it? No. 41.
Whoa!
He had a technical foul every other game on average. 41 techs.
That's awesome.
Does he have more techs than anyone ever? Is he the career leader in tech?
You got to give me a second because I wasn't allowed to look it up.
Well, now you can look it up. But while you do that, I can tell you the top 5 most unbreakable records in basketball. Number 5, John Stockton, 15,806 assists for a career. Chris Paul, who just retired, would literally have to average 8 assists a game, every game for the next 5 years to catch him. And Chris Paul's old, so like...
and was pretty good at assists.
Number 4, Wilt Chamberlain, 55 rebounds in a game. The most since the ABA-NBA merger was 37 by Moses Malone. That happened 2 months before I was born. That record's not getting broken. Number 3, Tony knows this one. Steph Curry career-made three-pointers.
It's a lot.
We thought about Con Knipple, who's having the best rookie season ever shooting threes. He merely has to have like 250 three-pointers
284 for the next 15 years.
For the next 15 years, every single year.
To catch where he is right now.
To catch Curry, that's if Curry never makes another three-pointer.
He might not.
Number 2, Rasheed Wallace, 41 technical fouls in one season.
Keep an eye on Luke Kennard for Steph Curry's record.
What a weird thing that was.
And the number 1 most unbreakable record in basketball. Wilt Chamberlain averaging 48.5 minutes per game in the season.
I have the most career techs.
They're only 48 minutes.
They're only 48 minutes in a game. The guy averaged more minutes per game than there are minutes in a game.
So I guess Chris wants some...
Played a bunch of overtime?
Overtime.
Yeah.
He was
played
just
every second of the season?
He played he basically never came out. He played every game and never came out.
Now I get it.
Can I guess some of these guys?
Please.
Rodman.
Rodman is number 5.
Karl Malone.
Number 1.
Really?
Of course, he had a lot of technical fouls.
Really?
He's number 1? He got more than Rasheed?
377 total, 332 in the regular season.
Rasheed obviously is top 5.
Number 2 total, but number 3 in the regular season.
I'm going to start struggling now.
Has Draymond ascended?
Draymond is number 6.
Ooh. Man.
Who are the assholes? That's
keep thinking.
Yeah, keep thinking of someone that is always angry looking.
People love him now.
It's just someone that always looks pissed
Kurt
off.
Thomas?
Kevin Willis?
What?
David West?
It would be Russell Westbrook.
Oh, yeah.
Kurt Signetti?
And is Doncic in the top 5?
No. He hasn't played long enough.
So who's the other guy?
Number 3, or let's do number 4. Number 4, Gary Payton.
Oh, I was going to say him.
And number 3, Charles Barkley.
All right, saw an alert that Jeremy Grant will be out for Blazers versus Nuggets. I'll be honest, forgot he was still in the league. New segment for Inside the NBA. He's still playing? Purdue versus Miami, a.k.a. an alcoholic's delight. Boilermakers versus Hurricanes. Give me 6 more of that, please.
What is a Boilermaker? Not the drink.
Oh.
What is a Purdue? Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Do you know what a Boilermaker does? Yes or no?
It's got to do with like trains, right? Like
I think it's an engineer that makes.
Yeah, isn't their logo like a train?
like the steam engine, like that.
Tradesperson who fabricates steels, iron, or copper into boilers and other large containers intended to hold hot gas or liquid.
Amazing. You know that off the top of your head like that.
Good news, bad news for the Hurricanes. Good news. Jay Lucas turned the program around with a great regular season and a respectable showing at the tournament. Bad news. Kentucky got smacked by Iowa State. You're going to lose your coach, Mike. Kevin Durant passed Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list. After the game, he said MJ was on a different planet, a different galaxy. When asked for comment, Jordan declined, saying he was focused on Nets versus Kings, said he knew the guys at the Dan Le Batard Show were really eager to hear his thoughts on the Daquan Plowden versus Malachi Smith matchup. You disrespectful bastards. Speaking of disrespectful bastards, new season of Bar Rescue. And we've got you covered at Here's the Science, a bar rescue podcast. Hosted by real-life bar and restaurant consultant Chelsea Reynolds, commercial kitchen and food truck vet Colin Cassard, and two guys who enthusiastically consume Boilermakers and Hurricanes at the Toledano Street Comedy Festival in New Orleans. Me and Zach Harper, wherever you get podcasts. Tony messing up Mo Alley Cox. In the words of comedian Brittany Miggs, no piece of comedy is as funny as your friend accidentally saying a word a little bit wrong.
Mo Alley Cox.
It's amazing. Like, you could bring me Chappelle, Chris Rock, Carlin, Richard Pryor, and I'll laugh, but it's never going to be quite as funny as
Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, like somehow that's still the peak of comedy. Dan, you know what the K in Luke Kennard stands for?
Killer.
Wow, well done. Cinnabome episode 304, My Boss's Daughter, starring Ashton Kutcher, Tara Reid, Terrence Stamp, Michael Madsen, Molly Shannon, and Carmen Electra. Oh my God, she's amazing. A movie that must hold a modern record for the usage of the R word in a major motion picture. They say it a lot. Terrence Stamp says it like 6 times in 30 seconds. That's a bingo. Oh, man. WNBA got the deal done. You know how? Sense of urgency. I told you guys last week, create a fake sense of urgency. You get your thing done. I don't have an ending for this because I forgot to end it. So those are the weekend.
No!
What the hell?
You forgot to end it.
Hell of a job there.
What the hell are you doing?
What the hell is the matter with you?
I know. Weekend observations.
I was told that we have a nomination for a laugh to replace the Hakeem Nicks laugh. Truth be told, I wouldn't have given Amin the loser game show sound if I had on my console the Hakeem Nicks laugh, but I do not have that on my console.
So, Dan, this was incredible because we had Tommy Hutton on, and that's a friend of Jeremy's, and Tommy Hutton said something that wasn't very funny, but Jeremy was being very helpful in trying to move the interview along, and he gave a great fake laugh.
No.
But we all recognized together, why does that laugh sound so familiar?
Yeah, it's Kawhi's laugh.
It is. Here's Kawhi's laugh. That is overlaid. Jeremy's laugh with Kawhi's laugh. It's the exact same laugh.
So you want to replace the Hakeem Nicks laugh?
I mean,
with
it's music.
I want to raise it to the rafters, honor Hakeem Nicks for all of his incredible contributions, but he's been replaced.
Is he replaced by Jeremy or by the overlay?
By the overlay.
I think the overlay.
It has to be the overlay. Yeah, it has to. Put it on the poll at Batard Show. Should we replace the Hakeem Nicks laugh with the overlay of Jeremy and Kawhi Leonard?
2 teams, 1 cup. The primetime stage is set for the TGL presented by SoFi Finals, Los Angeles Golf Club versus Tigers Jupiter Links. Keep up, it's playoffs. Tune in Monday, March 23rd, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2, and Tuesday, March 24th, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and on the ESPN app.